Donald Trump posted me, proving that I am not Dylan Mulvaney. See, this is me. Refreshing.
Trump is absolutely roasting Kaitlan Collins from CNN, and it's super funny.
But I want to personally congratulate CNN's Kaitlan Collins on receiving her award. It was all about me. It's a fake. She shouldn't get the award. It was a fake, but I didn't mind. I said, Kaitlan, congratulations. But it was fake. There's no question about it. But she's a young, attractive woman. She never smiles. I said, Kaitlan, do you ever smile? Smile. You have a nice position. You're at CNN Fake News. You should be a happy person. So smile, Kaitlan. Just smile. But we attack, and I thought Kaitlan had really made it big with a major new sponsorship, but then I informed her that it wasn't her on the Bud Light can, it was Dylan Mulvaney. And Dylan Mulvaney cost Bud Light $35 billion in market cap. That was the worst commercial ever made, by the way, for those few people that want to hear that. Most people don't care, but I would. I wouldn't want to hire Dylan anytime soon.
Man, this is why Trump is the funniest president. He is not holding back at all, roasting everybody. CNN is done after this. I believe this is where it all started 3 years ago.
You held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Can you answer why you held on to the documents?
I was negotiating and we were talking to...
Oh man, why would you do this? He's a president. Have some respect, please.
You're saying they want to give free health care to people who are in the United States illegally.
That is exactly what the effect will be.
But when I looked at it, there's a little nuance because they want to undo changes that y'all made, narrowing who was eligible to get that.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well...
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes on the car.
Oh, my gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Look at that. CNN is fake news, and this is just the proof.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten justice?
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors.
You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth. And you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
Wow. Absolutely demolished right there. CNN is biased. We all know that.
Mainstream media is not balanced at all. They're just a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party.
This man who has all this power, he's the world's richest man, he thinks he has a right to influence our politics. It's why people loathe you.
And you can see that in how consistent their headlines are. They don't behave like they're different organizations. They behave like they're all one hive mind.
I mean, some people do loathe you.
Yes, some people do. Maybe some people do loathe me. I don't care. The fact that 250 million people follow me, I think a lot more people actually like me than don't. And I think a lot more people hate you and the media more than you realize.
Absolutely true. Well said. Do not trust mainstream media.
Over the coming weeks and months, you're not even going to believe. Some of you will believe it, like CNN will believe it because they knew what was going on. They're crooked as hell. CNN's a very corrupt organization, but with a corrupt reporter standing right there. Never smiles. She never smiles. She's a young, beautiful woman, never smiles. I never see a smile off her face. I see her standing there with hatred in her eyes, like she has hatred because we have borders, because we have a strong military, because we cut our taxes, because we do things that everybody wanted.
Absolutely roasted right there. Once again, President Trump is not holding back. CNN should be ashamed.
Kaitlan Collins is a dog. A lot of people know it. She is a nasty person. I'll tell you what. She was asking about Jean E. Carroll, who is total whack job. She's a total whack job. She says we went into Bergdorf Goodman's. I only go there twice for charity. But Jean has a cat named Vagina from China. A lot of us know it. She loves apes. A lot of people say that. But give the teachers guns. Give them guns. Ronda Sanctimonious. China, vagina, China, vagina.
Wow, that's such a great impression. Mad friend, he's so great at impression. I like this guy a lot.
There she is, Kaitlan Collins. We meet again.
Such a nasty person. Unbelievable. Show the people. They won't show. Kaitlan Collins. It's such a disgrace. Look at this guy. Unbelievable. Come here, sir. Unbelievable. We do so well with the African Americans. You look at the numbers.
This impersonation is iconic. This will go down in history, I believe.
Kaitlan. Thank you, Caroline. Two questions for Director Gabbard just on this. Director Gabbard, you referenced the past intelligence reports and assessments on this, including that 2017 one that was signed off, as Ed noted, by every Republican on the Senate Intelligence Community, including the acting chair of the time, now Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who said in a statement that they did not find any evidence of Russian collusion, but they did find, however, is very troubling, and they found...
Wow, I like this baby Kaitlan much better. Nobody's taking her seriously.
Is the $1.8 billion DOJ fund dead, or is it on hold?
It's, I'd have to ask the lawyers, I don't know. People like you have abused our people so badly. The fake news like CNN, like the New York Times, and like others have abused our people. Wait a minute, be quiet. Have abused our people so badly, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Wow, she has absolutely no respect for the president. It's crazy.
One of the beautiful things about you is that you freeball.
But I want to personally congratulate CNN's Kaitlan Collins.
You get out and you do these huge events, and you're just talking. We've highlighted you on the show many times.
Young, attractive woman. She never smiles. I said, Kaitlan, do you ever smile? So smile, Kaitlan. Just smile.
It's funny. It's stand-up. It's funny stuff. You have, like, comedic instincts.
You're at CNN Fake News. You should be a happy person. Smile.
That kind of stuff was unheard of as a politician. No one had done that.
She shouldn't get the award. It was a fake, but I didn't mind. I said, Kaitlan, congratulations.
You need at least the attitude of a comedian when you're doing this business.
Absolutely, Trump could be a great comedian. One of the best, I believe. Just look at what he posted. This meme is gold.
That's not what the secretary said, Kaitlan, and that's not what the secretary meant, and you know it. You know you are being disingenuous. There is not... We've never had a Secretary of Defense. Who cares more?
Drones get through, or tragic things happen. It's front page news. I get it. The press only wants to make the president look bad.
Yeah,
as you know, we cover the deaths of U.S. service members under every president.
The press does only want to make the president look bad. That's a fact. Especially you. No, listen to me. Especially you, and especially CNN. And the Secretary of Defense cares deeply about our war fighters and our men and women in uniform. He travels all across this country to meet with them, to connect with them, and your network has hardly ever probably reported on that. You also had the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Chairman Kane, who's a brave patriot, standing alongside the secretary at the Pentagon this morning, again expressing his condolences to these families. And I just told you that the President of the United States will be attending their dignified transfer. So please,
That's not making the president look bad. That's showcasing that.
We expect you to cover that as you should. We expect you to cover that as you should, Kaitlan. But you and your network know that you take every single thing this administration says and tries to use it to make the president look bad. That is an objectable fact.
I don't think covering troop deaths is trying to make
if you're trying to argue right now that CNN's overwhelming coverage is not negative of President Donald Trump, I think the American people would tend to agree, and your ratings would tend to disagree with that as well.
I didn't know Caroline Leavitt could be absolutely that savage. These baby videos, man, they just crack me up every time.
Mr. President, how do you feel CNN is doing on reporting the news?
And they're crooked as hell. CNN's a very corrupt organization, but with a corrupt reporter standing right there. Never smiles. She never smiles. She's a young, beautiful woman, never smiles. I never see a smile off her face. I see her standing there with hatred in her eyes, like she has hatred because we have borders, because we have a strong military, because we cut our taxes, because we do things that everybody wanted, and then we win our election in a massive landslide. We win 87% of the counties in this country. Nobody's ever heard of a thing like that. And that's because we're doing the right job. And we took a detour down to Iran because we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon under any circumstances. We can't let that happen. So the reporters should be happy. They shouldn't be unhappy. So why do all you lunatics always look so angry all the time?
It's because you sent all the undocumented individuals back to their homes. Now we have nobody left to clean our houses for us.
You people really are the worst, aren't you?
Exactly. This is just so true. Trump just pointed out the truth right there in front of everybody. And it's just so amazing to see.
Never smiles. She never smiles. She's a young, beautiful woman, never smiles. I never see a smile off her face. I see her standing there with hatred in her eyes, like, going to believe. Some of you will believe it, like CNN will believe it because they knew what was going on. They're crooked as hell. CNN's a very corrupt organization, but with a corrupt reporter standing right there. Never smiles. She never smiles. She's a young, beautiful woman.
She is a young, beautiful woman, and she never smiles, and it's so sad to see. She should be enjoying her job much, much more. I believe you can do better. Kaitlan Collins, if you're watching this, I believe in you.
I don't know if you were at the White House the last few days, but you were at the dinner. What did you glean from the reaction to just that line itself and the mockery of Kaitlan?
Yeah. Well, I think a couple things there. First of all, being in the audience was actually pretty awkward because if you think the whole room, nobody was laughing. I chuckled, and I know there were plenty of cabinet officials in there like Pete Hegseth and Stephen Miller and, Mark Wayne Mullen. I'm sure they all chuckled. I'm sure the Fox News table chuckled and random conservative media, whatever. But for the majority of that room was legacy liberal media who did not find it amusing. Now, did Kaitlan Collins go into that dinner expecting to be the center of attention? I think so. You look at her career, she has made most of her fame stems from the fact that she has contentious relationships with Trump. And I think, personally, as someone who kind of enjoys getting into it, whether if I'm doing a man on the street or something like that, you enjoy the contentious interview, not only because it's interesting and it's good content, but also because it's good for you. It's good for people to see you in a contentious situation because it shows your grit.
Wow, she pointed out right there perfectly. Kaitlan Collins is doing all of this for fame and for her career. That's why she's going against Trump every time. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and click right here to watch the next one. Bye bye.